Is that?
The front one or the middle one? Where this point at?
That's good. Where's that? It don't matter which one. That's good. Honestly, you might want to get it over here. Just get it right here. Charge?
I don't know. It said 1% and it grew red. I don't know. It's this one right here, the flower joint.
It's good.
All praise. All praise to the Most High God, whose true name is Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We are those that you see spoken about in the Bible and in the Quran. We come out here to let so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians know that y'all are the patrilineal descendants. Y'all are the descendants from the patrilineal lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And us being the children of Israel, the Most High God made a contract with us, a covenant with one people. And there's rules to this covenant. There's rules for breaking it, what happens if you break it. And there's consequences for breaking it, and there's rewards for keeping it. And so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, the reason why our children getting gunned down, the reason why we filling up these prisons, the reason why we don't have an army and language, a lane of our own, is because of us breaking these commandments, breaking this contract, right? Let me get Joel 2:27. All right, God made a contract with a particular group of people. Bring this up.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27.
We out here reading the Bible, family, and you bringing out some things that y'all never seen in here before. And y'all children is getting gunned down. Your children is filling up in prisons because of a contract that y'all are breaking with God. All right, bring this up.
The book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
All right, God is in the midst of Israel. He's our God and nobody else. Now, let me get Exodus 24:7. God is the God of Israel, and God made an agreement with his people. Start at 1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 24 from the top. And he said unto Moses, come up into the Lord, thou and Aaron. Nobody.
No dad.
No dad. And Abidu. And several of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off.
Right? So God called the elders, and what happened?
And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord.
Right? So God spoke to Moses, and Moses went and spoke all the words of the Lord to his people.
And all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord has said will we do.
Right? Your forefathers, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, your forefathers made a contract with God, a covenant. All the words that he said that we have to keep, our forefathers said that we would do. And this is including judgment. And these judgments that we receive in our community of our children dying, us filling up these prisons, another nation putting rules over us and enforcing rules in our communities that don't benefit our people. It's not meant to prosper for our people. All these things are judgments of God because we made a contract. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and built an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent
He said, according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Keep going.
And he sent young men to the children of Israel, which offer burnt offerings and sacrifice peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in the bosom, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read it to the audience.
Yeah, so he took the book of the covenant. They made a blood sacrifice. And he took the book of the covenant, and all these words that God spoke was told to the children of Israel.
And he read in the audience of the people, and they said all that the Lord has said and will do.
Right? So there's a people that made a contract, an agreement with God. This is the covenant. And God told Moses to tell these people, you are under this contract. And the people that's of this Bible say, yes, we're going to keep this contract and we're going to do it. All the laws that you said. Keep going.
All that the Lord has said will we do, and be obedient.
And what?
And be obedient.
Right.
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord has made with you concerning all these words.
Right? So God made a covenant with one people on this earth. And this covenant is a covenant. It's a contract. And you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the descendants of these people that made this contract with God. Now this contract just wasn't with them. Watch.
Then went up Moses, Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and several of the elders of Israel, and they saw the God of Israel, and there were under his feet, as it were paved work of the sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in his clearness, and upon the...
Hold on, let me see something. Right? Y'all know that? Y'all know God made a covenant with one particular group of people on this earth? These people are the children of Israel, and y'all are them. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And we're being judged for breaking this covenant. Let me get Exodus 34 and 27. Let me see. Watch this. Yeah, it's the same thing. Bring it out. It's 27. Read it in the NLT, but the show.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 34, and verse 27 in the NLT. Then the Lord said to Moses, write down all these instructions, for they represent the terms of the covenant I am making with you and with Israel.
So God made a covenant with one people. God didn't make a covenant with everybody. God made a covenant with one particular group of people. And whoever these people are, they're still here today. Somebody's walking this earth that's these people. And we're here to let you know, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that y'all are. Let me get Daniel 9. Daniel 9 and 11. Read that in the NLT. Daniel 9 and 11.
This is the book of Daniel 9 and verse 11 in the NLT. All Israel has disobeyed your instructions.
Right. So nobody in this earth is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Nobody. But we see the children of Israel are the ones that was given these laws, statutes, and commandments to obey. So now we have to understand what's going to happen if they do keep it or if they don't keep it, right? So all Israel disobeyed the covenant of God.
And turned away, refusing to listen to your voice. So now the solemn curses and judgments written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, has been poured down on us because of our sins.
Right, because of our sins, curses have been put upon us. Let me get Amos 3 and 1. So we read out of the Bible that God is the God of the children of Israel and nobody else, no other people. And we've seen in this Bible that God made a covenant with a particular group of people. And the terms of this covenant is if you keep it, you're blessed. If you don't keep it, you're cursed. And because we're not keeping it and we're sinning against the Most High, whoever's under this covenant is being cursed by the Most High God. Right? Nobody's keeping it. Therefore, these curses are poured upon us. Right, now watch this.
This is the book of Amos chapter 3 from the top. Hear this word that the Lord has spake against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, only you have I known in all the families of all of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
God said he only knows the children of Israel of all the families of the earth. Out of everybody on the earth, God is only intimate with the children of Israel. And he's punishing us because we're the only ones that he loves. He's only punishing us for our sins. We're the only ones that's under a covenant, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Since we're the only ones under this covenant, there's only one particular group, the children of Israel, that we have to take a look at what people is going through these curses, that's going through these conditions that God promised what happens to them. The terms of this covenant. All right, let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 1. All right, Daniel 9 and 11 told us all the curses that's in the law of Moses is going to be upon us. So what are these curses? We got to be able to use them to identify who these people are. So what happens if we keep this covenant?
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 from the top. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice thy God.
Don't you think it's important that we should listen to what God said? You think that that's important? And it's obviously not. It's obviously not important to our people to listen to what God said. Read that again.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
All right, so if we listen, whoever these people are that's under this contract, if these people listen to what God told them, God is going to set them above high, above all nations of this earth. So whoever these people are, understanding this Bible and studying, if you learn who these people are, it would be in the best interest of nations to teach that they're not the children of Israel. It would be in the best interest for them to teach that the laws is done away with, because nobody wants another nation above them, especially when they're in the hierarchy. They are the top of the rulers of this earth. And to let that go, to teach the truth, and teach that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are these people. Let me get Psalms 83 and verse 1. To teach that these you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are these people, y'all under this contract, and y'all being punished for breaking the terms of the contract with the Most High God. It's not beneficial for an Arab to teach us that we these children of Bani Israel, that we got to keep this Torah and this covenant that the Most High God made with us. It's not beneficial for the Christian church to teach that blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are these people, and we have to keep the covenant. Because if we did, God will fight for us, and he'll destroy our enemies. Yeah. So what do they do?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Right? That's what we want from God. We don't want God to be silent and allow the things that's happening to us. The guns that's flooding our streets. The drugs that's flooding our streets. The law enforcement that's oppressing and subjugating our people. We don't want God to keep silent about this.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Right? And now what we see is protests everywhere. Because God's enemies are making a tumult. They coming together, they're making a gathering and making a great noise against the Lord. So all these judgments that's happening in Palestine, that's happening in Ukraine, that's happening to all these nations, this is all the judgment of God. And all these people coming together and saying, God, stop what you're doing. But nobody lifted up a sign, nobody lifted up their army to bring awareness of what America is doing to the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child. Our community, our futures. How they erased our history. Keep going.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Right, God's enemies took a crafty counsel against God's people. What they do?
And consorted against thy hidden one. They have said, come, and let us cut them off for being a nation. And the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So God's enemies came against God's people and said, let's cut God's people off from being a nation of people. When we look at the Filipinos, they know where they come from. When we look at Chinese, East Indian, Arabs, all these other nations, they know where they come from. They know who they are. But God is letting us know through prophecy that his people will be cut off from being a nation, so they don't know that they are the children of Israel. Let me get Jeremiah 17 and 4. So whoever God's people are, they're not going to know that they're God's people. Right? Bring this up.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage, that I give thee.
Right? You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, y'all have been cut off from being the people. And y'all have discontinued from the heritage that God gave y'all. Black is not an ethnicity, it's not a language, it's not a land. Puerto Rico was classified to be Puerto Rico. Cuba, Colombia, Mexico. We was forced a language. We was forced an identity. We was given traditions and customs that our forefathers never kept. And we letting you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians know, man, that y'all are God's people. Y'all are the children of Israel. And y'all have been cut off from your heritage.
I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right? God is going to cause God's people to serve their enemies in a land that they don't know. And when we look at the track record, look at history and archaeology, what people is serving another nation in a land that they never once knew? Keep going.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Right? So the reason why we now have to serve our enemies in a land that we didn't know is because we pissed God off. And something we did to anger the Lord. Right, let me do Deuteronomy 28:15. He said, if we keep these commandments, then he's going to put us above all these other nations. He's going to put us up high above them. But there's something that we did to anger him.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right? That's why we a cursed people. That's why we a cursed community. It's because we're not listening to the instructions that the Most High God gave us. We listen to America's instructions. We listen to the instructions from our job. But when it comes to the instructions of God, our people don't care about it. Our people are not looking for the answers of why we're the greatest nation on this earth, but we're an oppressed people everywhere we're at. We fill up the prisons in every city we're at. We got drugs and guns filling up our community everywhere blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are at. And it's because God has poured curses upon us, because we're not listening. God said, don't eat pork. But y'all won't change that for God. You won't take that out of your life for the Lord, so the Lord is taking things out of your life, like your children, like these things that you possess, these proud possessions that we have. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, we gotta wake up, we gotta come back. Let me get Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. There's a whole lot of questions of why, of whys in our community. Why are we going through the things that we're going through? And this is simple answer. There's a simple solution. And it's keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
This is the book of Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I know that they would not hear me, because they are a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves.
Right? In the land of their captivity, they're going to remember who they are. Let me get 1 John chapter 2, verse 3. In the land of their captivity, they're going to remember who they are. And this is what's happening. This is what you see with us. This is what you see with this great awakening around this earth. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are remembering who they are in the land of their captivity. And it's going to be a deliverance. It's going to be a gathering. And we're trying to call as many of our people together as possible so that you have this opportunity.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. And And that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
Right? So, read this. 1 John 5 and 2. Right? God said that He gonna put us high above these nations if we keep His commandments. He's saying that these curses are going to come upon us if we don't keep His commandments. We got blessings and we got curses for listening and for being obedient and for being disobedient. And it's not hard to do. It's not hard to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to receive a blessing from God. Bring this up.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 5 and verse 2. But by this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep His commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous.
Right, his commandments aren't grievous. God's commandments are not hard to do. All we got to do is read them. Get into this book. Open up the book and see what His instructions is. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Huh? Read. All right, read in the NLT.
We know that we love the children of God, God's children, if we love God and obey His commandments.
Right. This is how we know that we love God's children. When we love God and obey His commandments. Because His commandments is don't kill, don't steal, don't lie, honor your mother and your father. If your brother is in need, don't have your hand closed. This is how we know that we love God's people, when we keep God's commandments. But King, our city's not being taught what God's commandments is, so how can we truly love each other? How can we truly love our children? You said you was Muslim, King? But you believe in God, right? So even the Quran says you got to keep the Torah, and these are the commandments of God. So, you heard that before? Yeah, you can come under the tent. Let me get the Quran. Yeah, I got a Quran. You got a Quran? Yeah, if you want to open it and follow what I'm showing you, Muslim, okay? Now watch this. It's cool. This is the Noble Quran. Look, this is Arabic and English, right? So watch this. This Surah, back of it. Chapter 2, verse 40.
O children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestow upon you.
Right, so you ever heard of the children of Israel in the Quran before? Who are they? Who are they today? Who are they today?
Today, there is no children of Israel today.
Why not?
Back then.
Okay, so the Muhammad is supposed to be the last prophet, right?
I believe that, yes.
Yeah, so he's talking to these people. So from the time of Muhammad to the time of now, there's no more children of Israel?
Well, the thing is not correct, but I just don't think there is no children of something. Yeah, God was talking about on the Quran. Because today I don't think there is no Jesus Christian. I don't, forgive me if I'm like ignorant, but I don't think there's no children of Israel.
I don't believe that the people who call themselves Jewish are the real Jews today. I don't believe they're the Jews that the Bible or the Quran is speaking about. But they're here though, and the Quran is telling us, watch this.
And fulfill your obligation to my covenant with you.
Start from the top.
O children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestow upon you.
Right, so he's favoring the children of Israel. He said, remember that you're my favorite, right?
And fulfill your obligation to my covenant with you, so that I fulfill my obligation to your covenant with me, and fear none but me.
So Allah's, when Jibril was telling Muhammad, he's giving a command to tell these children of Israel to remember that they're the favorite, and they have to keep the covenant of Allah. so that Allah can keep his part of the covenant with them. But so the Quran is confirming that these children of Israel are being spoken to, so they have to be here. There's no evidence of them like dying off or something like that. In fact, even Judgment Day is centered around the children of Israel in the Quran. So if Judgment Day didn't come yet, and the children of Israel are going to be the center of the Jews and the Palestinians fighting each other, then how can they not be here? Unless God's judgment is false.
What's your argument?
It's not an argument. I'm just really. I want to know how long you been a Muslim?
I've been a Muslim since children. So what are you? Like, what's your thing?
So we are the children of Israel. We can prove with prophecy, history, and archaeology that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the Israelites that the Quran is speaking about. You don't believe that you're the favorite of Allah. There has to be somebody else.
Yeah, there is, like, I don't think there's, that part I don't agree with.
So who are you?
Everybody is love. And everybody has a struggle, you know, in a different way. One is supposed to love and believe. You can only do better, you know. I don't think it's right or moral to be against our race.
Well, we didn't. We just read it. And we see in the Quran, whether you think it's right, the Quran is right or not, that's between you and Allah, right? But what we see is Jibril is emphasizing the children of Israel and that they have something that nobody else has with Allah, and that's the covenant. You know what a covenant is? It's no. The covenant is a contract or an agreement.
No matter what type of race you are, there's no better or worse, but except for what you can report to them. And that's the reason it could be anybody, no matter what. Right? You all can protect it. But what you can report with a lot, that's our competition with one of someone or another. You think about, that's what a Muslim is. If you see a Muslim, they might tell you something similar to the same way. You're not worried about what you look like. That's not what it is.
So what is the way of Allah, like, in the Muslims understand? Like, this Allah's way.
What's Allah's ways?
Yeah.
What is Allah's ways? Allah's ways, He puts them over time.
Okay.
That's what we're supposed to look. That's our guide. And
This is your guidance.
the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Okay.
He left it with the hadith. Usually in the sunnah.
Yeah.
That's our way. That's what we supposed to do.
Now, Sunnah and Hadith, they the same thing. But Sunnah and Hadith wasn't divinely inspired by Allah. Right? Sunnah and Hadith was written by those that was around Muhammad. The Quran was a revelation given by Jibril to Muhammad. This is a divine revelation here. So I believe that if we find God's ways, it's going to be in what God revealed, right?
So I don't want to really play out. But you as well, you're
Oh yeah, I'll look at it.
Yeah, Israelite.
so what's right? I'm gonna say
Right though? Like if the Quran would have to supersede the Hadith because the Quran is what's divinely inspired. The Hadith wasn't revealed by an angel or anything like that. Right?
That's right. And then the Prophet always telling you that's what he's supposed to follow him too. That's what the law is.
Okay, so now I'm gonna read the Quran. Watch this.
Verse 43.
This is Surah 5, this is Al-Ma'idah, Ayat 43.
But how do they come to you for the decision while they have the Torah, in which is the plain decision of Allah?
So the Quran is saying that the Torah is the plain decision of Allah. What is the Torah? Where can I find it? Where can I find that?
You can find a Torah today.
Yeah.
You can find a Torah in the library. You can find a Torah in a book.
You have a
Did I
Torah?
answer your question? have a Torah.
Okay.
But like, that's it. That's it. A Muslim believes in all the books. So the Bible too. Everything.
Okay.
You don't believe that one is you can't think like that.
So that's the thing. The Torah is in the Bible. The first 5 books is the books of Moses. And this is the Torah. Right? That's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. These are the instructions of Allah. Right? This is where you find the covenant. Now he said the Torah is the plain decision of Allah. Keep going.
Yet even after that, they turn away, for they are not really believers.
Right? So why are we not teaching that? Why are we not teaching that the Torah is the plain decision of Allah? And if you turn away from this Torah, then you're really not a believer.
So, just because he gave us the Quran, that is one of the books we can read it. It will give us a revelation of what it's like, because he gave the Torah, and I was following it along with the first 5 books as well. And then I noticed, like, those things are kind of, may Allah forgive me, like, God forgive me, like, listen, I don't even have all the knowledge. I'm just speaking up from what I do know. So if I'm saying something correct, I'm going to chime in. I ask God to forgive me, right? But, I know that the Torah is like, I gave us something new. We have to prove that this came from God, still new. Quran was supposed to be like, it's supposed to be that God brought prophets from Muhammad too. And he said that we have to affirm that he was the last final messenger. There is no other one than this.
Okay, so he's the last final messenger, and the last final messenger is telling us that Allah's decisions, what he decides is right and wrong, and the decisions, the judgments that come with it, is written in the Torah. So who taught you that it was outdated? Was it the Quran that said that?
Because if it's not outdated, then we need to be Jews.
Then what?
Then we need to be following the Torah as a Jew. Like a Jew, they're thinking one God, I think.
Yeah, don't you?
This will be one God.
Yeah.
But what becomes is because I believe this was said in the Quran, I'm not sure. Remember he outlawed, like, oh, you gotta follow the Sabbath. He said you got to follow the Sabbath, you can't do nothing, you can't spend nothing.
Yeah.
I think he said, this is in the Quran, like, you gotta read it, you gotta read it all.
Yeah.
I read it all?
Yeah, we read it all.
So read it all. And then, so, like, he's giving us more, he showed us what's allowed and permissible. So he gave us the Quran. We have to read it and accept it as that's the way, that's what one of God's books.
Yeah. Okay.
Torah is one of his books, but this is also his book, so this is the most recent.
Okay, but this is not saying that this is the decision of Allah. The Quran is not saying that this is the decisions. The Quran is confirming that the Torah is the decisions of Allah. Now, watch this. We're not just going to read a part. Let's keep going.
Verily, I did send down the Torah to Moses. Therein was guidance and light.
And what you said was, this is your guide, right? You go to the Quran for your guidance. But what the Quran is saying is that the Torah is your guidance in your life. So reading it, it doesn't like you don't want to be a non-believer, right?
No, sir, don't do this, right? Because I'm a believer.
Yeah,
I know
but
all the books are my books. All of them.
So, but you don't want to be a non-believer, but what the Quran is saying that if you don't follow the instructions of Allah, which is the Torah, then you're a non-believer. And this Torah is the guidance and the light. So like, it never like dawned on you that maybe I should start reading that Torah?
So in the Torah, don't even tell you, listen, you gotta separate your meats. You gotta separate your dairy from your meats. It's a kosher diet.
They don't say that. Because we read the Torah.
Right.
We follow the Torah.
They say, but when they say, like you gotta
Like,
have
you
a
can't eat
kosher
pork.
diet.
You can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster.
You gotta eat certain stuff.
Right? You can't have sex with another man's wife. That's adultery. And we see Muhammad stoning somebody for that in the Hadith.
Say that again?
You see Muhammad stoning somebody for committing adultery, and he used the Torah to do it. When do you think that the Torah was outdated?
When God gave the Quran right there.
When he gave you the Quran?
When he gave us the Quran and the Prophet always telling him, and it's like, I'm not saying, it's just, what becomes, because it's something called shirk. It's something called shirk.
Shirk al-Akbar, right? Shirk.
Shirk. So shirk was shirk, like I don't follow, I'm not going to sit here and follow, I'm going to follow Quran.
Yeah.
I'm not going to become a Jew. I'm not going to become a Jew. Because then rabbis,
Well,
like,
you can't become a Jew. That's like saying I'm going to become an Arab. Like, you can't just become an Arab because you follow their God. So just because you follow their instructions, it don't mean that you become a Jew. But there's a people that's already a Jew, though. And you already said that those Jewish people are in them. Now watch this. Let's see if Muhammad followed the Torah. Look, this is coming out of Hadith. You're on Sunnah.com. Like, this is Sunnah. So we going into Sunan al-Dawud, Abi Dawud. Dawud is David. Right? Now watch this.
A group of Jews came and invited the messenger of Allah to who?
Yeah. So we got Jews living at this time. Right? So they existed in this time.
So he visited them in their school. They said,
Abu Qasim.
Abu Qasim, one of our men has committed fornication with a woman. So pronounce judgment upon them.
Right? Watch this.
They placed a cushion for the messenger of Allah, who sat on it and said, bring the Torah.
He said, bring the Torah. Right?
It was then brought. He then withdrew the cushion from beneath him and placed the Torah on it, saying, I believe in thee and in him who reveals thee.
Right. So Muhammad, he believed in the Torah and he judged by it. So, like, what? That's why I just don't understand. Reading these things, what gives you the idea, or what taught you that the Torah doesn't matter, especially if you follow the ways of Muhammad. And Muhammad followed this Torah and made judgments based upon it. He looked at it, he said, I believe in thee. The Quran is saying if you don't believe in the Torah, then you're not a believer. So, like, this is where we have to, like, really analyze what we really believe in.
I don't know if I'm going to go, like, into how I'm thinking right now, because,
But I'm here to let you know that you're an Israelite. You're the one that's under this covenant of Allah. Allah made a contract with you and your forefathers. That's why we're burying our children. That's why grandmom outliving the grandkids in our community, in the Black and Hispanic community. Yeah, in the Black and Hispanic community in North Philly, South Philly, Southwest Philly, there's children getting shot. I don't know if you're watching the news, but they're very young dying out here. And they're not Chinese. They're not Arabs. They're not East Indians that's getting shot. What they look like is you and our people, my people. And it's because we're breaking this contract, right? Whether they Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Colombian, Venezuelan, Black, Negro, we're all being attacked by the same people that raped, robbed, and murdered our ancestors. You can't even tell me your ethnicity. You don't even know your natural language. You can say that you're from Africa, but you don't know where in Africa. And there's not one other people in this world that can do what you're doing and not know who you are, where you came from, and still be the greatest nation of people on this earth. You jump higher, you run faster, your people make better food, better music. Y'all are the greatest nation of people, and y'all at the bottom everywhere y'all at. And it's because God's curse is upon your people, not upon the Arabs, upon your people for breaking this covenant. And Islam or Christianity ain't going to get you out of it. It's going to be this Torah. And the Quran is even confirming that.
so, what do you think about a Palestinian, right? Really, look, So they're going through one of the greatest trials. Okay, they're going through a lot of trials. And you have, then you get slaughtered, genocide happens. I mean, Allah tests who he loves. God tests who he loves. He knows to test. He tested.
So them Palestinians over there are more devout Muslims than anybody in Philly would ever be, right? And they still getting blown up. So what you gotta do to gain his favor? If they're more devout than you, and they're praying, they're making their salats like how they're supposed to, and they're circumambulating that cobblestone like how every Muslim should want to. Allah is not protecting them, but you somehow believe that in the way we lack in Philadelphia in worship, that he's going to protect you?
He protects everybody.
Wow. There's babies getting blown up all over there though, bro. Like, we just admitted that. You just said that.
They are martyred. Look, we just talked about how they're getting tested with their faith. That's the hardest ever. So it goes without saying. And the way I'm describing it as a YouTube, like they literally kill people to get favoring them. And
he's not favoring them. He's killing them.
So it's
he's causing a genocide, like you said.
God is not killing.
So there's somebody stronger than Allah's will?
You hear about Pharaoh in the Quran,
Yeah. Who did Allah kill Pharaoh for? The children of Israel.
So, and I do believe that history repeats itself the best way. People, those people are being walked all over, like the children of Israel were, stuff like this. Pharaoh.
You don't feel like your people's being walked all over?
Yes, people are being walked over.
Is anybody being walked over like your people? Is there anybody more oppressed than the Negro? You know that there's your people there's more of your people that died in America than all the wars combined.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm not gonna say that. Like,
you're comfortable.
Islam makes me help me comfortable. Everybody, you gotta be confident. You can't be walking around like with some miserable stuff or thinking you better than
we definitely not trying to influence that, but we trying to influence is being obedient to Allah and keeping his Torah and keeping his covenant. That's what we trying to influence. Not be miserable, you know what I mean? But be at peace and be obedient.
Peace is following the Prophet Salats. You should be, Hajj, fasting, Ramadan. These are things that it's a blessing to our guide. So
what about that Torah though? You didn't say that was a blessing.
So yeah, Torah is our book. We still firmly believe in all the books that God sent to mankind. He sent that book.
He sent that book to the Israelites, and it says that in the Quran.
That's our belief.
Who are they? There's 12 tribes. They're the most important people to Allah. There are 12 tribes of Israel. So who are these people that need to keep that covenant? Don't you think that it's important to let them know, especially when your book is saying it?
It's not really a backup, but it's actually a point because there is a covenant happening, right? It's like people are getting walking all over like what you supposed to be doing, right? Like we're not supposed to be like, all right, let's team up. Let's be like, well, we're in children of Israel. Let's start teaching at this faith.
They keep you obedient.
Like you should just have vision of God and like real close to this is telling us, but we're not really like, are we the reincarnates? Are we reincarnates? Is that?
No, reincarnate. It's a blood lineage. It's like you having children and you're having grandchildren and great-grandchildren. You're just the great-great-grandchildren of these people. Look, watch this. Read the Quran. Keep reading the Quran.
Listen, Islam is number one. We're not talking about
So I'm reading out of the Quran. If you believe Islam is number one, then there should be no contention with the Quran is saying. Right.
Verily, we did send down the Torah to Moses. Therein is guidance and light.
I want to walk in guidance and light. I want to be guided correctly. I don't want to walk in the dark. I want to walk in light. And the Quran is telling me if I want you, then that Torah is where to find me. Right? Keep going.
by which the prophets who submit themselves to Allah will judge for the Jews.
Right, and I want to submit to Allah's will. So if the prophets submitted to this Torah, if they submitted to Allah by submitting to this Torah, then that's the example I want to follow, right? Keep going.
The Jews and the rabbis and the priests to judge for the Jews by the Torah after these prophets, for to them was entrusted the protection of Allah's book.
Right, the Quran is telling me that Allah's book is the Torah. So why am I skipping that, going here, and then going to the Hadith when this is directing me to one location? And it's not Hadith. It's not Quran, it's the Torah. So if we're going to call ourselves believers, if we're going to say that we want to be guided by Allah, we're going to follow God correctly, I'm just showing you in what you believe in, okay? This is inspired by Allah, a divine revelation from Angel Jibril. So unless you know better than he did, this is telling you you have to go to that Torah. Whether you believe you're an Israelite or not, that's the way to guidance. This is the way to life. This is the instructions of Allah.
I don't have a good phone, so I can't go back to like show you.
Yeah.
But it's a one religion has some good.
Yeah, we just out here to warn our people. We know that our people dying by the masses, and they Muslim and Christian. You know what I mean? Like Philly, Muslims killing Muslims in Philly. You know what I mean? The Hajj getting shot up. We gotta look at these things like, why is Allah doing this to our people? I'm not Muslim. I'm the Israelite. The Quran said, why would an Israelite go to Muhammad when they got the Torah, which is the plain decision of Allah? So if the Quran is telling me why be a Muslim when you got the Torah, then I gotta ask myself, why am I gonna be a Muslim?
I'm not telling you that.
It says it right here. I read it. It's one who submits to Allah's will.
That's it.
That's what a Muslim is.
That's
Yeah, so I got to know what Allah's will is for me to submit correctly. And Allah's will is for us to keep this Torah. And it's coming out of the Quran.
And it's, you know what Islam means?
Islam means, Islam, what, tell me what Islam is.
Islam is submission to Allah, to God's will. Submission to God's will.
That's what a Muslim is. Islam is a religion. Do you know Islam is a Jewish religion?
How crazy is Islam means to submit to God's will.
You see my phone?
Muslim is a person who submits to God's will.
Yeah. So etymology.
So, you submit to God's will, you're Muslim. So actually,
Well, I submit to God's will, but I'm not a Muslim because God's will tells me not to eat pork. If you're hungry and if you feel like you're gonna die, the Quran allows you to eat pork, and I'm not gonna disobey Allah.
oh yeah.
Look,
We still,
Islam is a religious system revealed by Muhammad from Arabic Islam, literally submission to the word of God. Okay, correct. That's what that is. So, what does a Muslim mean? Muslim is one who professes Islam. There you go. So I had it confused. But Muslim is one who professes Islam, and then this is one who submits to Allah's will. So look, before it was called Islam, it was called Mohammedanism, Islamism, and Ishmaelism. You know who the Ishmaelites are? You don't know?
Ishmael, I know who Ishmael.
Who's Ishmael?
You don't have to go down for that.
You can be honest. If you don't know, then it's okay to not know.
Hagar.
Huh?
Ishmael and Hagar, that's how.
Ishmael and Hagar.
That's how. I'm not going to go down.
So that's Abraham's son, right? So look, just for a recap, look, you don't follow the ways of the Torah because that was the Israelites and they're not here no more and that's outdated. But you follow the ways of the Ishmaelites. You didn't even know they got kicked out by Abraham. Like Abraham kicked her out of the house.
Right. That's what. Hagar was the one that one hard first was. Laying across Mount Sarfa. I'm sorry, I said wrong. Mount. Just back and forth. Because she was so thirsty, like she had, she's trying to get, so that's how the 12 rushes of water represents the 12 tribes of Israel. Came out, and then you got sand and water. We recognize these things. So, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, a Muslim is working the religion because it is. It's like, it's not just, spin each other and like take away. This is where actually it's all added. You know what I'm saying?
I would disagree.
Hagar, so Hagar and Ishmael, they wasn't getting Ishmael nothing. It was Allah saw them and helped them. God saw them and helped them, and they were able to get water. And that's what we honor today as a tradition too. Like, Muslims, they want to switch to God. They submit to God. They're Muslim. Abraham was a Muslim. Jesus was a Muslim. Every prophet. Follow the prophets, bro. And the Quran and all the books.
What prophets you follow? How?
So, you know which prophets?
What prophet you follow?
I think it's really 25 or more. But you follow them all.
So what about them you follow?
That we believe that they are sent to mankind to help mankind, the message to help mankind.
Who were they? Who were the prophets?
It's many of them, right? We have many of them. We got Allah. We have Allah.
Look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you who the prophets are according to the Quran. 45 and 16. Surah 45 and 16.
And indeed, we gave the children of Israel the scriptures and the understanding of the scriptures and its laws and the prophethood.
The prophethood was given to the children of Israel. So you follow the Israelites, but you don't follow the Torah. And that's what the Israelites follow. That's what the prophets follow. So if you say I follow the prophets, and this is what they follow, how can you truly say that?
I can truly say safely that God gave this as a most recent revelation to like what did God mankind after maybe like Prophet Jesus, like he followed the Torah, right, in the Injil, and then a lot of stuff just became I'm hurting, but it was just like some people just break, like reverted it after the law sent it down. God sent it down, like put wherever they wanted it, and now it's like the message is true. So God, he brought down this book. Nobody touches the edge. Nobody rewrites it. And there's nothing never said in history that somebody rewrite it. Touch it. It's pure. And only you can touch it to purify it. Same crime. That's what any surah and ayah.
Alright, so I like that you said that because it kind of holds it against you. You know what I mean? Believing that this is untouched, believing that this is the last message revealed and it's pure. It's saying that the children of Israel was given the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures, the laws, and the prophethood. So the children of Israel had the understanding of Allah, and this is pure and uncut, but you're not looking for who the children of Israel are to learn from them. You're not learning from the children of Israel. You're learning from the children of Ishmael. Now, when you're saying that this is pure, and it's telling you that the guidance and light of Allah is the Torah, and this is his instructions. But why so contentious about it? Like, why when it comes to him telling you where to go, why is it so hard to accept that?
He's so high. So he gave us this book after they constructed the message, He updated, he said to people, you don't have to be so strict. You don't have to be so strict with
God.
Used to make not permissible, which was like Quran, like it's not no more Quran. He made stuff halal, like he made it permissible.
Oh, he changed God's words and plans and decisions because he's saying the Torah is the plain decision of Allah. It's not hard to be understood. But what you're saying is, no, Muhammad came and said, like, forget that, it's too hard, and we can do things easy. It's an easier way to do it.
God. Did that. know, that's why he said down and stuff like this. You'll see that some certain stuff is not around or not permissible, like you wasn't before.
Okay, so
Come down, what we're talking about, saying the Torah and those books where people can get certain, like they might have written extra stuff or this extra stuff.
in the Quran?
Okay. Torah, Injil,
Okay.
other books where just
The Quran never says that. Though.
I would have to look it up, which I cannot do, and I'm sorry, I'm just speaking off of my
What you think, not what you know, right?
like I've seen it before.
So watch this, because the Quran is never going to say that the Torah was corrupted, like what you're saying. Watch it.
But you can look it up and verify it.
And believe in what I have sent down, the Quran, confirming that which is with you, the Torah.
So you believe in the Quran is confirming what is already here, which is the Torah.
And Injil, the gospel, and be not the first to disbelieve therein.
And it's telling you not to be the first ones to disbelieve in the Torah and in the Injil. And it's telling you to do that. You see how it's what you believe is contradicting what the Quran is saying?
Yeah.
And it's not because you've been taught with it by the Quran. You've never been shown in the Quran that the Torah has been corrupted. You've been taught that by man. It's just words that you heard. You never proved it in the Quran.
Well, it's in there though. You gotta
What's
look it
in
up.
it?
You gotta look on your
Exactly. Like, what is it
Or
exactly?
Or you, there's, get up in that phone and that's what I asked you.
What is it?
Was the Torah or the Injil at all corrupted? Is that why you have to find it up? Look it up.
Okay, so
Is it in the Quran? Look up is it in the Quran that the Torah is?
you know we're using Google to prove the Quran wrong, right?
No.
Because why would it confirm something that's corrupted?
Bring up an ayah, and I'm trying to look up the ayah.
Okay.
So,
The Quran says that the Bible is corrupted.
Injil and Torah.
The Injil and Surah is corrupted. Alright, so let's go to Surah 3 and 3.
I'm going exactly where they said to go. It says,
So 3 to 4. So original it's going to tell us at 3, Surah 3, ayat 3 to 4, and then Surah 5, verse 47. It's crazy because we just read Surah 5. Well, watch it.
It is he who has sent down the book, the Quran, to you, Muhammad, with truth, confirming that came before it.
It's saying that it confirmed what came before. Okay.
And he sent to not the Torah and the Injil, the gospel, after aforetime as a guidance to mankind, and he set down the criterion to judgment between right and wrong. The Quran truly leads those who disbelieve in the ayat, proof, evidence, verses, lessons, signs, revelation, etc. of Allah. For them there is a severe torment, and Allah is almighty, all able of retribution.
Alright, so it said ayat 3, I'm Surah 3, ayat 3 to 4. It didn't say that it was corrupted. It actually said that it confirms it. So let's go to Surah 5.
47. Because look, before I go there, look, these scriptures, prime verses affirm the original divine nature of these scriptures. Verse 3 to 4.
That says, it is he who has sent down the book, the Quran, to you, Muhammad, with truth, confirming what came down before it. And he sent down the Torah and the Injil, the gospel, aforetime as a guidance to mankind. He sent down a criterion of judging between right and wrong, this Quran. Truly, those who disbelieve in the ayat, proofs, evidences, verses, lessons, signs, revelations of Allah, for them there is a severe torment, and Allah is Almighty, all able of retribution. Truly, nothing is hidden from Allah in the earth or in heaven. It doesn't mention that it's corrupted. We'll check the next one.
5 and 47.
I'll read it. It says, let the people, this is Surah 5 and 47, let the people of the Injil, the gospel, judge by what Allah has revealed therein. And whosoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then such people are the fazikun, the rebellious, disobedient of a lesser degree to Allah.
Let me try to read it.
Yeah, that was Surah 5 and 47. None of those it actually proves different.
So we say, with the people that Injil, the gospel, the Bible, judge by what Allah has revealed therein, which is this book.
It's not that book. The gospel is not this book.
No, the gospel is the Bible.
Yeah.
And that's the gospel, the Bible, judged by what Allah has revealed therein.
They're in the gospel. It's talking about the gospel.
Whosoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, says he's going to bless him. So I don't want to change or I don't want to teach my own message, like interpretation and try to like this is true, but I don't know.
It doesn't say that it's corrupted though. Like that's what I'm trying to find. And it also went to 279. 279.
Well,
It says, then woe to those who write the book with their own hands and then say this is from Allah, to purchase with it a little price. Woe to them for what their hands have written, and woe to them for what they earned their lives. I didn't write a book. I didn't write my own book. Now, that's not what that's saying.
so it's these are the very virtues of God. So I use this as my guidance because that's what Quran is.
But did the Quran say that the Torah is the guidance in life? I'll let you read it.
But however, I would use this because
If you want, you can
it
read
brings me
it.
the most peace. So I'm not gonna make this convenient. But I'll come to decisions while they are Torah, which is the plain decisions of Allah. But yet, even after that, they are not. So we have 10 answers the book, this Quran, and truth, and find them doesn't define it.
Right to left. You got to advance and it goes to here.
We have sent down two Quran, this Quran and truth, and find the scripture that came forward. And
Why would he confirm it if it's sampled? If he was the last prophet and he knew that the Torah was corrupted and the Injil was corrupted, why would he write it down in something that you have to follow that he's confirming it? Wouldn't that make this corrupted?
this book was never corrupted.
What I'm saying, like if the Torah is corrupted, let's say it is, and Injil is corrupted, if this confirms something that's corrupted, doesn't that corrupt itself?
I believe him to $100 gave us a break. He said, all right, this is not a good thing. You know, make you do this, like sad, like honoring certain things, like you have. It was strict. You read this, none of those things are, none of those choose. I'm not gonna, I can't really like bring something up except for like Sabbath. Like he said, in here you don't have to, if there's no Sabbath, you don't have to honor the Sabbath.
That's not true.
But you know, like, I'm just like, I apologize.
No, it's fine. I understand. I understand that you're not being taught correctly.
As long as I follow this system, every day I gotta read it. Every day I gotta read it.
All right, 4.
But just be careful. I wouldn't even send down the eyes.
Before that, he sent down something before that. Look, 4:154.
So y'all go on the tour, right? Y'all do it, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well that tour.
I got you. Boom. Let me read this. Let me just show you that the Sabbath you still have to do.
Yeah, when do y'all worship?
Right now.
When do you worship?
We worship every day. So in prayer, we got to pray in secret. This is what Issa said. Issa even confirmed that we have to pray in secret, not in the open like a hypocrite.
So what does the Quran say about prayer?
Yeah, that's why we can't say that this teaches the same God, because the Quran will tell you to open to pray in front of everybody. So pray to the east to a rock.
So when he breaks down this book, do you confirm yes or no that this came from God?
I believe that this came down for the Arab nation.
Not everybody.
No, it's not for everybody.
It's for the whole mankind. Quran means, it's for everybody. This religion is for everybody. That's the truth. That's the grass religion. Submit to God. I'm trying to respect him. But that means it's slander. Islam is the same, that's the same thing. All we're doing is confirming that this book is God. God gave you God. And that the final messenger was Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Yo, this I'm gonna show you why I believe this is for the Arabic people. 41 and 3.
That's enough.
A book, wherefore the verses are explained in detail, a Quran in Arabic for people who know.
So this Quran was explained in detail in Arabic for people who know. Now I know you don't know Arabic, and that's why you can't, like most Arabics don't even accept the Noble Quran because it's written in English. They only accept the Dawood or the one that's only written in Arabic. What's that called? The Musad. The Musad. Right? So they only accept the Musad because it's the only thing written in Arabic. And you can't read that and say, I know that what this is saying in Arabic is what's saying in English, because you don't know. So this wasn't sent down for you. Read it again.
A book, wherefore the verses are explained in detail, a Quran in Arabic for people who know.
You're not an Arab. So when I read that, okay, if the Quran was sent down in Arabic, then that's for Arabic people. It's not for Puerto Rican. It's not for black people. It's for Arabic people.
It translates to clear, clean English, though.
That's the same thing with the Bible, but because the Bible was translated, you don't accept it.
Yeah, I would like to also say, like, it's not clear. It's not clear at all.
But the Quran says that it's a plain decision. Plain meaning clear. Like clear. I read it and it's clear. But we've been taught to read it through a lens of a white man dying on the cross for our sins. The Bible teaches that he had woolly hair and a feet of bronze that could burn in the furnace. The prophets and the teachers in the Bible was called niggas in the Bible. They never taught us that in church. They would said I'm black and beautiful. They said that the 10 tribes came over here to the Americas. It's all written in the Bible. So when we read, before we read it in the lens of white supremacy, this is a white man's God. But when we really read this Bible, it's your history. Your history has been stolen.
Are you going to listen to like a single book like this, like the points you plan, right? Or like are you going to say like, alright, that this come from God, yes, read it and see what it's saying. It's going to tell you that you can pray wherever you want to pray. It's not like that.
So you said, like, it's going to come down to whether we're going to believe in God or we're going to believe in man.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm a follow God because God gave an instruction. He said, this are the instructions of our life. So if we have instructions, they're meant to be followed. And I follow his instructions because I believe in God. I don't believe in religion. Because religion is not telling us to be obedient. What do I have to, like, what you want me to believe is that I can pray anywhere, that I can eat pork if I'm hungry, that, Islam is the way and the light and the truth. But when I read the Quran, it's telling me that the Torah and the Injil was the way, the truth, and the guidance and the light. So
that pork argument goes like last year, you don't have nothing else, like you surviving, like let's say the only thing is pork food. That's the only thing you gotta eat. So this is the back straight. But it's understanding. Got it.
do you have little sisters? You do have little sisters? They were 9 years old at the time?
Don't do that argument that had a 9-year-old wife.
Why not? You believe that that's okay to do?
This is the argument that the people that like to bring up they think it's true, right? But
You follow Hadith, right?
that's not like listen.
Just so you know, because if you follow the Hadith, then you have to accept it.
Like she was on, she kept showed signs of puberty. That is the reason why showed signs of puberty. They didn't get married. Like there was no sign of puberty. He was married.
Look, this is a high Abu Bakr. This is a high Hadith. It's not a low Hadith. It's 5133. He narrated Aisha. This is the child wife. That the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old. And he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. And then she remained with him for 9 years. So a 9-year-old, like, this is what you defend?
Look up what scholars talk about this.
This is how deep though.
Well, you have to also can't like say okay.
So this is correct. It's not? It's either it is or it's not.
Because maybe what we think today, right? You got a 9-year-old, that's a child, right?
That will always be a child. Even 90 years ago, a 9-year-old is a child.
So you guys say, okay, why is Samir already telling me that why are people arguing that fact? Look up what a scholar might tell you. I would say look up
If you know that if Muhammad was around today, he would be on a child predators list. Like he would be on the same list when you look up on Citizens Act or the News Act of the what's that called? Murphy's Law? Megan's Law. They'll be like pedophiles in your area. You know his picture will come up.
I bet you he wasn't married a 9-year-old today. That's not a he wouldn't.
So say it was okay back in the day. Back in the day, you would have gave your 9-year-old sister to him?
She had so kind of thing, everybody agreed with that. So there's nothing wrong with her time. I would say
Why is the time different now? You know that they marrying Arab little girls out there right now, right? You know that? They are. So the Arabs are marrying 9-year-old girls right now in Saudi Arabia, in Morocco and Mecca and all that. So you're saying that it was before, but if you follow the ways of Muhammad and you want to follow his ways, then you have to accept that as a way.
I would look up a scholar called Imams, Omar Suleiman. Imams, Omar Suleiman. They know those other scholars.
Yeah, we actually have scholars on our YouTube channel agree that it's okay to have sex with a 9-year-old girl.
No,
They're Arab scholars, by the way.
not the way you talking about.
Yeah, like the way I'm talking about.
So, like, you all gotta, like, if you think about that, like, was he a pedophile? I'm
Was
looking
it? Would I be a pedophile if I slept with your 9-year-old sister? Hell yeah, man. You want to kill me, man. You would want to kill me, man. Right now, you're defending the Arab. But if that person looked like you, and he was 50 years old and had sex with your sister, you'll kill him. But if he was Muhammad, you'll let him live. And that's the problem with our community. We love these other nations more than we love our own people. And we accept the wrong that they do, but we can't forgive each other for the wrong that we do to each other. If I did that, you'll kill me, man. If that was a brother on the block and you found out that bull, if you was locked up and you found out that this bull came in for touching on little girls, the whole block will off him. And then we'll pray and that's a lot.
God, this scholar's telling you that. What is he telling you that? What happened over the time that then understanding, think about that for yourself. Because I was also
Yeah, I know. You don't believe it that it happened? Like it's true?
No, I don't believe it. Like that was shit. Like
there was an exception.
People outside of this and gotta shut themselves off because you see that you hear 6-year-old, 9-year-old. Actually, open your ear and see what
Would you vote for a president that did that?
So today is obviously not right. Obviously.
But they doing it. That's what I'm trying to show you. Good.
No, but what about the time that they lived in? So if they show, we believe that if they showed the signs of puberty, they would get married. That's it. That's it. You know, that's it. So if that little scholar is telling you about that, I'll be like, all right. But compared to this time, you'll be like, people are married 9-year-olds today.
I know that you say that, but it's good because that's what they're doing. Look, child marriage is a human rights violation that occurs in various Arab countries, driven primarily by factors such as poverty, conflict, and deep embedded gender inequality. The practice is not a universal constant across the region. Rates vary significantly between countries, and global efforts are in place to end it. They didn't even stop it yet. It's not stopped. There's global efforts on trying to put an end to it. So even to this day, these Arabs are marrying them. So it's not a valid point to say it was back then. It's happening today, and
It's not a you can't tell me that.
but it's still happening. So to say that was happening back then, that's not what would happen today. You can't say that Muhammad wouldn't do that today. That's a cushion because he's not allowed to be able to say that, but all of his relatives are doing that today.
You said always.
Yeah, all the Arabs are marrying children, bro.
I said that's not the
And nobody's stopping them.
You said Saudi Arabia. Look at Saudi Arabia. Look at Saudi Arabia. They don't have 9-year-olds that they live. That's not all of them. That is, he's pointing out something that's really, that's not a step, bro.
So, look, you dodged the pedophile of Muhammad. All right, is Muhammad a prophet? Show me a prophecy. Show me a prophecy. Why
He's
not?
talking to Muhammad. He say, oh, Muhammad.
But if you look,
The ayahs and these scriptures come down from the ancient Israel. Israel have to talk to Muhammad. That's going all the way back.
all right, if he's a prophet, watch this. Let's see what the Quran says.
And indeed, we gave the children of Israel the scripture and the understanding of the scripture, and its laws and its prophethood.
So was Muhammad an Israelite?
He's up there.
Yeah, that's not an Israelite. He would be, a scholar would say he's from the lineage of Ishmael, Abraham's son Ishmael, not Isaac. Ishmael.
No. Someone said to take my tongue.
Jeremiah 28:8. You know what a prophet is? You know what a prophecy is? Do you know them? I'm gonna show you. Jeremiah 28.
Got it.
You got 5 minutes, so that's right here.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophethood prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
So the prophets was prophesying about war coming, evil coming, and disease coming. Watch this.
The prophets which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, and then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent him.
Right. So a prophet says something is going to happen, and then it comes to pass. That's how we know that a prophet has truly been with us. So we got to see, to understand, if the Quran is saying that the prophethood was given to the children of Israel, then where did we see that? You know what I mean? Muhammad saying something was going to come to pass and come to pass, right? But there is one, and that's why I asked you if you do. It's Surah 69. You know what? Surah 69. I'm going to tell you what that says. Surah 69. That's al-Haqqa. Al-Haqqa means the truth. Right now, watch this. Al-Haqqa. 44. This is Surah 69 and 44.
And if he, Muhammad, had forged a false saying concerning us, Allah, we surely would have seized him by his right hand, or with power and might, and then we certainly would have cut off his life artery.
Ordered. So if Muhammad said anything falsely, look, to show you the read it. 69 and 44. If Muhammad said anything falsely, then Allah would take him by the right hand and cut his artery. Now, let me know when you, because this will be the last one. I know you gotta go. Right? So if he was a false prophet, he would have his aorta cut. Now look at this in Sahih al-Bukhari. The prophet in his ailment in which he died used to say, "O Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar, and at this time, I feel as if my aorta is being cut from that poison." So Muhammad, Allah said that the divine judgment to Muhammad for being a false prophet would be that his aorta gets cut. And Aisha, that's a prophecy. And Aisha is showing that that's exactly how he died. So Muhammad died the death of a false prophet.
Bring it out, bro.
It's not our religion, King. That's for the Arabs. We had something that came down before them. We got the original. You are the original. But we rather follow them than follow Allah. It's not for you. It's for the Arabic people. It said it was sent down, the Quran sent down in Arabic for people who know. And you don't know Arabic.
What about that? Really, this Quran is not here for the people to buy it. So, right.
We can't ignore the fact that Allah said that this is the death of a false prophet. And that's exactly how he died. We can't ignore that.
I'll have to look up. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to try to write it down.
Yeah, most definitely.
You can replay the video too.
That was on Surah 69 and 44. It was like 44 to 45, I think. Yeah, Ayola is arguing.
So, I know how he died, so I'm not going to set up there.
No, I was done. I just wanted to show you that that's how Allah prophesied. Like, you can't show no prophecies in this Quran.
Why? So he's basing everything on that?
Nah, it's a lot. It's actually a lot that's based on it. But I was showing you in the Quran that it's telling us that we have to follow this Torah. I can prove with prophecy, history, and archaeology that you are an Israelite. I can prove it. You can. It's a contradiction. You can't follow this and follow that. This has you bowing down to a stone, a cobblestone. Allah told us in his divine, and what he sent down before he sent down this, is that we shall never bow down to a bloody stone. But if you become a Muslim, our faith requires us to bow down to the cobblestone, kiss it, put our lips on it, and rub on it, and shine it up, and all that. Like that's what they do. And Allah's instructions, it tells us exactly what to do that.
Is any like submission to God is just submission to what is going into your life. And when you go into, I'm sorry to go off, but I'm telling you why I'm lost. And when the time you do it as if he's talking to us, no matter you as if it's his spouse in our life.
Yeah. So how can you think that it's talking to you when you have to go to Hadith to understand it? You don't even understand it.
That's a supplement. That's actually, that's something that, you know how there's 3 things that keep this thing up?
Yeah.
So you got Quran, you have the life and the son of the Prophet himself. You on the tripod, bro. You strong, bro. I think this, like, is my life, okay? And you know how you talk about the children of Israel. I can think about how people are being like the people of myself. We can put ourselves in that position. You gotta look at it. And then
I can't put myself in that position because they have a military, they have a language, they have a land, they have a people. My military, as a Puerto Rican, I don't have a military, I don't have a language, I don't have a land that's been stolen from my people.
it looks different for all of us. That's why I said I would say my life, and I'm saying
Their life is nothing like theirs. They can never compare the atrocities that they're going through with the things that your nation is going through. They never were sold on auction blocks. Their children's hands was never being cut off. They were never a property and not a people.
Everybody here, please read this all the way through.
Yeah. And we encourage you to, because we know that you have it. So you got to be able to read it. So when people like us is bringing it out, you can be like, you're wrong. You want to know why? Because I read it, and this is why. But if you haven't read it, that's why you can't say I'm wrong. You just disagree without any kind of proof.
So, I mean, I can say,
so we do encourage you to read it. But when you read it, it's going to tell you the whole damn story. When you read it, that the children of Israel are the most important people to Allah. He favors them above every other nation of people. That is racist.
but this is for everybody.
It's not. It's a book. It's a Quran sent down in Arabic for people who know. Okay? I don't know Arabic. That's not for me.
No, but it's telling you, remember God. It's telling you in this Quran, remember God. He said, like,
Remember what?
remember.
It's telling you to remember the Torah. You're not remembering what it told you to remember, okay? Remember that you're my favorite. We're not remembering the things that Allah told us to remember. We want to give the favoritism to somebody else when you're the favorite. You don't have a language, you don't have a land, you don't have an identity, right? Black is not an identity, African American is not. That was given to you. But you have a God, and you don't even want that. That's the only thing that you got. The Torah and the covenant is the only thing that your people have, and you give that up to include everybody else into it. And that's not how God works. And God is punishing your people for that. And this is just a warning, okay? And you're going to realize it one day. One day you're going to call on Allah and he's not going to answer, but I promise you, if you call him the Lord Yahweh, he will. Yahweh is a tetragrammaton to the name of God, the name that Abraham called on. That's the name Abraham called on. Because Abraham spoke Hebrew, not Arabic.
Can I ask you a question as a witness, just standing by, just listening and everything? You said to read that book, right? Now, if I read that book and it says the children of Israel are bestowed favor, right? Can I ask you, who are the children of Israel? Today and yesterday. Who are they? Shouldn't that be who you be looking up to?
This is a question you asked me. Things that question too. I'm coming in my favorite Israel was his favorite, like, stole the favor on him. Because, you know, I think, I I'm sorry, I don't even know that well, but it was people that he spared because he wanted to pull them out of the situation. So if you ask me today, who's the children of Israel? I'm gonna tell you that Christ goes through a lot of struggles that he's and he rises because his favor is in him.
So we gonna read the book like you told us to, and we just want you to look up and see who the children of Israel are. That's what we
Yeah,
need.
because I'm seeing children of Israel, I'm thinking about who's being like I think about myself, I put myself in that shoe. This girl did something to the children of Israel. God pulled children of Israel out. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story in the testimony of like faith, right? God did something for them, pulled them out. So I think about that, like black people, Hispanic people, anybody that is that goes through a struggle. Not but particularly I'm saying, like I'm bringing up like also Palestine. They're going to struggle. That's who I think struggle is people who are persecuted. And God is
Like Trayvon Martin and the Trill,
that's correct. That's correct.
Sandra Bland.
That's correct.
So they going,
It's just saying like look at like
he's saying Emmett Till, Sandra Bland, all the things that your forefathers went through. That's equivalent to what Palestine is going through today.
that's don't be disrespectful. You know what's going on.
Yeah, they're in the land that's not theirs, and our lives are victims of it.
It's the exact same stuff. Like it's their own version of what's going of what's like it's corrupt thing going on.
Their children aren't being sold on auction blocks. They didn't
Zionism
take
like
their
racism.
language.
It's like these people are trying to force come out of where they was rightfully at, and they started taking like this is a severe struggle. We're not looking at it like this is a better struggle. This is than this. That's not like they're being started. They
They're
can't have
started.
this.
Bro, you know that they're receiving all the support from Egypt, from Libya, from Iran,
Now,
from
they
America,
are.
even America.
These people, why? Because we are.
What nation supports your people? What nation supports your people when your people are unjustifiably killed by the police, or put in prison unjustifiably, or having drugs and guns is put in your community? You don't go to Afghanistan to get heroin, you know that, right? They
bring
put
up,
that in.
bring up the systems of that trap. People mean like me and you all day, and I agree.
Yeah, that's not happening like this.
Listen, I agree with those
You know,
systems. that trap.
Venezuelans are indigenous, Mexicans are indigenous to this land. They're being evicted out of the land that they're indigenous to.
You know that we was promised 100 acres in the union.
Yeah.
So you know that these are systems
But instead,
was we given that? No, right? So it's stuff like we don't have certain stuff. We're not.
so at least they got somebody supplying them military weapons and military aid. Right? Nobody's going to give us a nuke. Nobody's going to give us a fighter jet, a helicopter, or a tank to fight against the oppression that we go through. So we up here, we stand for Palestine, we stand for all these other countries, but no country has ever stood for the people.
So if you're gonna compare struggles, that's incorrect. Don't think like that.
Because it's incomparable. Because you compared it. You compared
That's
what they're
y'all
going
argument.
through in
I don't
Palestine
think
like
that's
what
a
people
correct.
went through.
It is not correct to do that. It's not correct to do that. That's their own struggle with God.
That's white
They gonna
supremacy.
look at this and you're like,
That's white supremacy. Remember 9/11, but forget the transatlantic slave trade.
and me and you,
Right.
all of us live in this world, and we have our struggle. Those things, the system that trapped us and hit us sometimes. We was pulling something in the gate. So I look at this word of God, and I'm thankful because I can say, yes, I am like one of the children of Israel.
How you know that? You're a child of Israel?
What they stand for is
Praise.
If you're a child of Israel, then you have to follow this covenant according to the Quran. If you're a child of Israel, you have to keep that Torah. It doesn't say keep the Quran and Sunnah. It says keep the Torah and the Injil.
but it's he's saying that whatever he deemed not appropriate in that time, I should still keep it. Like
No, because the last prophet said so. There's no other prophet that came after him to change it.
God did it. Even if you're telling us what's
I did that. I looked it up, bro. You told me to look up the Quran saying that the Torah was corrupted, and it all went to confirmation scripture.
Yeah, but some stuff here is not permissible. And he said, don't do certain stuff like in that, in the Torah. But when you look in here, it's certain, he's saying some stuff he's giving us is permissible. That we should,
Because they're not Israelites. Because the Israelites is the one that was given the do's and don'ts,
no,
right?
but I believe that that's for everybody. So that's something that,
Yeah, everybody that's not an Israelite. Because you gotta agree, Ken, that the Quran is saying that the Israelites is given something different. They're not given this thing. They're given the Torah, the prophets, the Psalms, and the Injil. That's what they're given. According to the Quran, that's what they're given.
That's what it says. It's there.
I read it a couple places.
I'm not saying don't be crying to, but the Israelites are used. So I'm not trying to make my effort. I don't want to just tell you like, I believe all of us are, can say we are in a position of the Israelites.
Not everybody.
Not everybody. Right? Somebody who's like, well, we're all in.
That's an ethnicity. That's like me saying I'm gonna be Chinese today.
Right.
That's a blood lineage.
Alright.
And look, I'm gonna show you. Look at how Allah loves Israel more than Islam. Look at this.
This is Surah 10 and ayat 90. And we took the children of Israel across the sea, and Pharaoh with his followers
So the children of Israel, Pharaoh was following.
to oppress and
Enmity.
enmity. Till when drowning overtook him.
Right? And drowning overtook Pharaoh. When Pharaoh was chasing the children of Israel. Now watch it.
He said, I believe that none has the right to be worshipped but he, Allah, to whom the children of Israel believe.
Right? The children of God, Allah, is for the children of Israel. And it's always been that way. Keep on.
And I am one of the Muslims, those who
He
submit.
said, I'm one of the Muslims. So Allah killed a Muslim for an Israelite. He actually drowned him.
Hey,
Oh, you
I'll give it back.
So Moses led the Israelites in a right way.
Yes.
Moses led them out, right? So he said, I believe the God of the children of Israel. He's saying, I believe in the God of the children of Israel. And I'm going to submit to the will of the children of Israel. He's going to follow them after his soul reaches growth. Not to go back to, not to tell you like exactly how the Quran is telling you, but he believed at the end. He wanted to follow them because he's like, alright, I'm wrong. That's like not reading from the book. That's like I think about Palestine. I'm just gonna go there. But since everybody keeps think about themselves, which I can too, the system that he was in. Let's say that the person who's perpetuating it, they receive like the punishment from God. He's like, man, I believe in God now. Now I believe that they get the punishment from God. Now I believe in God. Now I believe in their faith.
Were the children of Israel Muslim?
Yeah.
Well, they weren't.
They was following the Injil. Like, that's submitted to the will of God. So that's Muslim.
So a Muslim wasn't ever a thing until Muhammad. Right? So it's impossible that in Egypt, Muhammad wasn't there in Egypt. So it's impossible that anybody was a Muslim at this time. Right? Which, this is a contradiction. It is a contradiction. But if they submitted to the will of God, think about it. If the Muslim is one who submits to the will of God, and Pharaoh was looking to kill God's people because God was delivering them from Pharaoh, and Pharaoh was a Muslim, how did he submit to the will of God by wanting to kill God's people?
his testament to faith was.
Oh, okay. It's like in Christianity. All I gotta say is I believe and I'm a Christian and I'm saved.
No, even the
That's what he
angels
did, though.
repented. Even the angels repented. His testament to good faith. When they saw his book, they wanted. Please look it up, but they didn't want a lot of accept it. The angels either. But he's saying, now I want to believe in God. So,
And God killed him.
you know, after all that he did, yeah.
And God killed him anyway. For who? For who? Why did he kill him? What did he kill him for?
For those children of Israel.
For the children of Israel. So he submitted to the will of Allah, became a Muslim. Just like how anybody can become a Muslim, but Allah will still kill you for the children of Israel.
Right.
You see that, right? So you can become a Muslim. You can repent and submit to the will of Allah and become a Muslim. But it don't change that Allah will kill you for an Israelite. Because you agree that he killed them for the children of Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and he became a Muslim. So being a Muslim is not more powerful than being an Israelite.
They are people committed to God.
And still died for the children of Israel.
That's true.
Right.
But
So Allah is fighting for who? For the children of Israel, or he fighting for the Muslims?
there's movement. So that again?
So Pharaoh became a Muslim, and you just agreed. Even if you become a Muslim, Allah kill a Muslim for a child of Israel.
The children of Israel follow
The
God's-
Torah, the guidance and the light, the instructions of Allah.
They followed
The Torah.
God. No, listen. They submitted to God's will.
Yes.
What was for them was the Torah and all of that. And they submitted to God's will because they believe. So they're Muslims.
They're not Muslim.
That's where we get like listen, they're Muslims. They submitted to God's
So
will.
if they submit to Allah's will by keeping the Torah, then that means you can't be Muslim. Because you're not submitting to Allah's will. The way the children of Israel submitted to Allah's will was by the Torah. You just agree that that's why they're Muslim. Because they submit to Allah's will, which is by keeping the Torah. So the only way you can truly be a Muslim is if you keep that Torah and submit to Allah's will.
I keep it
Out of your own admittance.
That's it's a five testament. It's the
Five
five
pillars.
pillars. Yeah. It's the five, but it's also the
Six articles of faith.
Thank you so much. See, but since our faith, they say that believe in the books of Allah, believe in the angels, believe in the prophets, the last prophet, believe in
Judgment.
judgment that they do, and you believe in the last one was God.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I believe, and that's what I believe. Like,
So if you believe in the five books, then if you believe in the prophets and the Psalms and the Injil, we just want to direct you. We're showing that the Quran is directing you to it. So that's just our thing. It's just showing you what the Quran says, and you got to get into it if you're really a believer and if you really want to submit to the will of Allah. If you want to understand what the will of Allah is, you have to read that Torah because that's where it's at. And once you understand that and have it with the perspective that that's your people, when you read it, you're not going to have to force you in there. When you read it, these people in jail, man. These people going through curses. They losing their kids. They killing their own people. And these are all the curses for breaking that covenant. So when you read these things, understand that that's your people, and we have to follow this thing. That was our whole purpose in even talking to you, especially when you said you was a Muslim, just to direct you where this Quran is directing you at, and that's that Torah.
yes. Well, what about? I say yes, but how do y'all see yourselves? I gotta.
Yeah, we follow the Torah. Okay? The Torah doesn't mention this, but this mentions the Torah. Like I'm showing you, this is for the Arabs. Like, all right, so Islam came into play because the Arabs were polytheists. They were serving 360 gods, a god for every day of the year. And they had these idols on top of the Kaaba stone. You can look this up. The Kaaba stone is a piece of an idolatry, and it always was. They used to shoot arrow. They'll ask the idol a question, and they'll shoot an arrow at it, and whichever direction that the arrow fell would be the answer to their question. So Muhammad didn't want them practicing polytheism no more. He wanted them to practice monotheism and to follow the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So this is when he started forcing the Arabic nations to become Muslim and take them out of their polytheism. That's how Islam came about. But we believe that it's here. I mean, we believe that a man named Muhammad was like really on this land. I mean, he started. He was an influence to the sub-Saharan slave trade that your forefathers was a part of. He stole lands just like America. He had people as slaves. He was selling black people. He said black people, their heads are like raisins. So, that's not beef. That's not beef. I can show you that.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm kind of how can
So we don't follow men, right? We follow God.
so that is the meaning of Islam. So y'all.
So you follow
that's
Muhammad, you
the-
don't follow God.
So you think I'm so now. So
No,
it's
well, you don't even follow Muhammad because Muhammad followed the Torah.
back in okay. Listen. Like the Muslim today is going to commit to God's will. So
How?
in the six articles of faith, they claim anything of Islam submit to God's will, but in the six articles of faith.
All right, so you gotta, in the 6 articles of faith, you gotta believe in that Torah, the Psalms, the prophets, the Injil, right?
Yeah.
How can you believe it if you never read it?
So
And as soon as you opened it, you said that it was
I think
corrupted.
y'all are
So you literally broke the 6 articles of faith, bro.
So I'm gonna do my with y'all.
We are doing our job because we brought out more information about the Quran than you ever heard in your life. So we did do our job. We gave you some things to think about and some things to look at.
Y'all internet, y'all phone.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah, we be on the internet, we be chasing down the sheikhs and the imams, and they'll never win debaters. As a matter of fact, we prove all the time that it's only y'all that disagree with us. Because every Arab that we dealt with agreed with everything. Even that you're a real Jew. I got this on our channel. I got Arabs saying that yes, we're a real Jew. Yes, we should not be selling y'all halal food. You shouldn't even be eating halal food. And these Arabs know that, and they sell it to you anyway because it's a sin. They know who you are, man. They just don't want you or care that you know.
I got to follow you.
The Saints 144. It's at the Saints. You write it down, and then whenever you get your phone back up, it's literally that. At the Saints 144. And you look it up on YouTube, and it's where you can find us on everything. At Saints 144. Yeah, look us up. You can contact me through there if you got any questions. I mean, I'll
Listen, taking you because
I love you, dude.
and I love y'all. That's
Oh,
what
great.
I'm trying to like.
You gave us time. We appreciate it.
A lot.
Just think about it. Look into it yourself. Don't take it because we said it. Like, look into it yourself. But remember what we said, though. At least look into what we said.
Wait. That's going to Mr. Crime.
Huh?
That's going to Mr. Crime. You just told me.
What I
Halal
said?
food. That's not any crime.
What?
Halal. He said he gave us food. That's halal. That's permissible. What makes it halal is if it's slaughtered, meaning halal.
Yeah.
Drinking the blood.
But the children of Israel have to keep the covenant. And the covenant tells them that they can't make a sacrifice outside of the land of Israel. They can't make a sacrifice outside of the temple. So it's a commandment by Allah to them. So it would be a sin for the children of Israel to eat a food that's sacrificed to an idol.
Yeah, it's
God
in
is
the
not
Torah.
a
Good.
God.
Well, because Allah just means God. So, like, just because they worship somebody called God doesn't mean that that's the true and living God. They actually want to worship the true and living God, which is the God of Israel. They just can't because they're not given a covenant. So they created Islam. This is true.
And that's the truth. Believing, I'm so sorry that you believe this. Like,
Nah, it's the truth. And look up the origins of Islam. How did Islam come about? And it was through Muhammad because the Arabs was practicing polytheism. The Arabs wasn't given the covenant. The covenant was given to the children of Israel. Before Muhammad was worshiping the oneness of Allah, the children of Israel was already doing that. That's the God of the children of Israel. Even Pharaoh said that. So if it was their God and they had it before Muhammad, Muhammad can't follow, he doesn't follow God the way the children of Israel follow God. Right. So we're not following the same God. If God said, don't do this, and then Muhammad telling me that I'm allowed to do it, then he's worshiping a different God than the God that told me not to do this.
Muhammad didn't tell you this.
Muhammad said that I can eat pork if I'm hungry. Muhammad had sex with his nephew's wife.
Muhammad
That's a
didn't
sin.
tell you, bro.
He had sex with a 9-year-old girl, bro. Like, you're not allowed to do stuff like that.
But it's very hard. Right, Muhammad didn't tell you to, he didn't tell you, like, he was a stuffy God.
No, bro. He was illiterate. He didn't know what the hell he was talking. He couldn't read or write.
You use a crime to talk about, like, point Israel people trying to
Yeah, he's trying to show you something. Yeah.
However, but you telling me, like, this Muhammad had what happened.
But it tells you, bro, like, look, you can read it for yourself. It's in 41 and 3, bro.
This is a divine revelation of God himself. So you gotta figure out not when this is divine.
Look, 41 and 3, it says, a book whereof the verses are explained in detail, a Quran in Arabic for people who know. Like, this was literally sent down for Arabic people, bro. This is not for you or your people. This was sent down for the Arabic people.
It's gonna jam you up. It's gonna jam you up.
This is going to jam you up, the God. Bro, you don't know Arabic.
People submitting to God, though.
No, the prophets submitted to Allah by keeping the Torah. And you already admitted that.
That's a divine book.
Yeah.
So with this,
But you're not doing nothing with this. What is this doing for you? You don't even know it.
I'm reading it. It's in my book. It's in my freaking folder. Like, I don't know to explain what I'm doing, but I read.
Yeah. You can't believe it's something you don't know.
I know it. I'm telling you, like, this is a purified. It's a purified. Who does that?
Who said that? Arab says this is purified, and nobody has ever altered this, but you got Arabs saying that this is, you got Arabs saying that this is altered. Hold this.
No, you don't. It's the pure. Nobody touches that except the purified. That's what it says. It's in the Quran. I thought you were here. Nobody touches it.
This is the holy.
Is he there in Wakia? Or is he probably in Wakia?
This is the Holy Quran. This is the Noble Quran.
What makes it different?
There is differences in here, bro.
Okay, what's makes
There's
it different?
differences in it. Even Arabic is different than some of these.
Okay, what makes it different? Okay. This is what I need. I'm gonna go here too because it's straight to this. My eyesight, 76, short of 56, 76 height. And really, this is the great old because I know that this will be the common recitation. Ron means a recitation, by the way.
What it means?
Recitation.
Recitation. Okay, so what is it reciting?
What divine revelation of God.
That was, and that's the Torah.
Right there.
That's
No,
what
not
we-
this. Not
That
this.
is-
It's reciting the Torah,
No.
King.
That is one of the divine revelations of God. But this is it too.
No, bro. The Quran literally tells you that the Torah is the book of Allah.
I just don't believe that this is also a divine. That's the God.
Yeah, but you just agreed that the Quran is reciting something. It's nothing divine if it's just quoting something that's already here. That's like me reading this and doing an essay about a book that I read and presenting it to class, and then them accepting it as something divine. All I did was read the math book. I wrote down everything that I summarized about it. This is a summary of the Bible.
And also, like, to keep going. Verse 78 in the book, well guarded.
What is?
Right. This one.
Okay, it's fine.
I'll go back to 75.
No, you can read that part again.
I'll just go all the way down, inshallah. This one I read. And verily, that is indeed a great oath. But if you but note that this is indeed an honorable recitation, a noble crime. In the book, well guarded with Allah, God in the heaven.
Where is it? It's well guarded. Okay, with Allah in heaven. Okay. So if this is well guarded with Allah, why don't you accept what it's saying?
I said what this Quran told me.
Yeah, it told you that the guidance and light and the instruction of Allah is the Torah.
I think it's you though.
So, what I'm saying is, it's your responsibility because you got faith in it. So you having the faith in this, and that's your responsibility. When it says that the guidance and light is the Torah, why don't you accept it?
Don't tell me I accept it. I accept it.
How? When you don't keep the instructions.
I'm gonna try.
If that's the instructions of Allah, how you breaking these instructions? How you trying to build a table without no instructions?
How you
And you trying to build a relationship with God without instructions?
You're using the Quran that you don't believe that even.
Yeah, because you have to, but I believe in the Torah, and this is confirmed in the Torah.
Please watch what you tell me.
Look, I already told you, I believe that this was sent down for an Arabic people, because the Quran says so. It literally says the Quran sent down in Arabic for people who know, but you're like, no, Jabril is wrong, and I'm right. Muhammad said that it came down for people who know Arabic, and I don't know Arabic, but it's for me, and it's for everybody in the world, when that's not what the Quran is saying.
So go ahead and go in off and figure out why do you feel like multitudes of people are flocking towards this?
Because it's not the way. Multitude, it says broad is the way to destruction.
Let's go to Surah Nasr then.
Whatever you want to go, it's fine. As long as you can show me that Jabril was wrong when he said that the Torah is the guidance and the light and the instruction of Allah. So show me in the Quran that can contradict it.
Wait, you gotta wait, okay?
I'll wait, then.
I gotta do the first thing first. Surah Nasr.
Because the point is keeping that Torah, and the children of Israel are the favorite, and the Quran was sent down to confirm the Torah, the Psalms, the prophets, and the Injil, and the Torah is the instruction and the way of Allah. So what I need you, that's my whole point. So that's why I follow the Torah, because that's what it tells me to follow. Now I want you to show me in the Quran where it said that Jabril's a liar, and that's not the truth.
Jabril is a liar, and this is not the truth.
Yeah. Because he said that, right? And he said the children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestowed upon you, and keep my covenant with you so that I can fulfill my obligation, my covenant with me, and fear none but me. And believe in this Quran, which was sent down to confirm the Torah and the Injil, and be not the first to disbelieve. It told you don't be a disbeliever in that Torah and that Injil. Then I showed you that the children of Israel was given the scripture, the understanding of the scripture, the laws, and the prophethood. So if the children of Israel are the ones who understand, then why you're not learning from them, especially if it's coming out of the Quran. And it's saying that the laws of Moses, the Torah, is the guidance and light and the instructions of Allah. And it's the book of Allah verbatim out of the Quran. So if that's what it's telling me, and this is reciting something, and this is telling me that the book of Allah is the Torah, and this is literally reciting the Torah, but you want me to forget the Torah. You want me to say, no, the Torah is not important no more. What I need you to do is just read the Quran. That's what you're trying to tell me, but that's not what the Quran is saying. So that's what I'm asking. I'm asking for you to show me where the Quran said, that used to matter, right? I said that, but I don't mean that. What I want you to do now is just follow the Quran and forget about the Torah.
Okay. My follow-up on this, what do you think Muslims do? What do you think of Muslims?
They pray in Arabic. They don't read the Quran.
They don't read the Quran.
No.
What else?
I'm just being real. I'm from Kensington. Y'all sell drugs. Y'all kill each other. I mean, what else? Y'all not study. None of y'all.
A Muslim is supposed to do this. Submit to God.
Yeah, and you can't submit to God if you're not keeping His instructions.
This is his book this is one of his latest revelations. And we do look at this very heavily. What you're telling me is a servant or somebody who goes through a lot in life, they should look at the Torah too.
That's what the Quran says.
You gotta eat something as a supplement, look at this.
No, not look at this. This is going to guide you. This is your guidance and your light and the instruction of Allah. It's not saying just look into it. It's telling me that this is Allah's ways.
But in sort of 110, I'm not saying, bear with me right now. So, this one, Surah Nasr, the help. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. When there comes the help of Allah to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, against your enemies in the conquest of Mecca. So So
Yeah, he was stealing everything and killing people. So Allah was with him while he was killing people. Okay.
you talking about the battles? They fought for the witness of God. They fought in the will of God.
Yeah, that's what
Fought jihad.
Christianity said.
It's about jihad.
That's what Christianity said. You know that, right? You know that's what Christians said. They was killing people in the name of Jesus. So now what you're saying is that they did the same thing, they just did it in the name of Allah.
Listen, Muslims, they had to know. These people were doing, they went to worship and stoning. They had to show people the right way. They said, follow God. You're
Yeah, so that's the same thing as Christianity. They were worshiping something and they forced people to follow Christianity. And they killed people to do it, and that's the same thing Muhammad did.
I feel like, no, the battles was like, they had to.
It was forcing religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they was killing people and forcing the religion.
It was killing Muslims though.
No, they was killing Arabs because they weren't Muslims, they were polytheists.
They were killing people and they had to fight them. So,
Yeah.
that's a jihad, that's a real
That's not fighting for our religion like we fighting for our religion right now by the word and trying to show you the truth. Right? That he wasn't fighting for his religion. There was people fighting for their life being forced with a religion. Okay.
Let's go. I'm stepping the top to y'all on the same page. So and this is what I want everybody to hear. Not me.
Okay, that's fine.
Surah Nasr in the help and in the law, the most gracious, the most merciful. When there comes the help of Allah to you, O Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, against your enemies in the conquest of Mecca. Verse Ayah 2, and you see that people enter Allah's religion, Islam, and proud. Ayah 3, so glorify the praises of your Lord and ask his forgiveness. Verily he is the one who accepts and repentance and who forgives.
What are you being forgiven for? What are you asking for forgiveness for?
Because, like, you see that, where's the number one religion in Philadelphia? A lot of people.
I'm not asking that. I'm not asking how many people is Muslim. I'm asking, you have to ask Allah for forgiveness. What are you asking to be forgiven for?
This is next, watch.
All right.
So,
That's my question.
There's so many Muslims.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it. There's more Christians.
This is, so it's going to tell you, it's going to confirm it. You said, and it says, you see that people enter Allah's religion, it's saying proud. What's the number one religion in Philadelphia?
It's Christianity. Well, Christianity is the number one religion in the black and brown community. Islam is the number one religion in the hood. Yes.
So then it says, so then glorify the praises of your God, your Lord, and ask his forgiveness. Verily, he is the one who accepts the repentance of those who forgive. So like,
So
wow,
again,
it's
my
like
question
saying
is,
like glorify the words of God. This is the most popular religion, you know.
okay, so let's say I became a Muslim. What am I asking Allah to forgive me for?
Your prior people, like being like an Israelite, like all that.
Yeah. Show me what I need to ask for forgiveness for. It's not. Does the Quran tell me what I need forgiveness for?
Because the Quran tells you how to live your life.
How do I do that?
It tells you like.
I read it and it said the Torah.
It tells you also to fast. It also tells you to fast. That's why it's like.
We fast. We fast, right?
Huh?
Yeah, we fast. I fast.
Y'all fast in the month of Ramadan?
We fast weekly.
Y'all observe the Hajj?
No.
We about to fast Monday.
So, and then also Muslims also fast Mondays and Thursdays.
The Ramadan is even shot up, bro. Like, why would I want to follow? Why would I want to partake in something like that when it's Muslims shooting up Muslims in Ramadan?
I was going to participate in your own.
Because my brother won't kill me. My brother knows the laws of the Torah. My brother knows he won't steal from me. He won't kill me. He won't teach and misdirect my family. This brother, I can leave my wife and my children with this brother and take a vacation, and I know that he's not going to break the laws of God because he fears God and breaking his commandments more than he allow his lust to cover allow his flesh to move on to something that's a sin like that.
That's right.
Now with you being a Muslim and you upholding this faith this whole time, I can't trust you with my faith. I can't say that because you don't make sure that you're following the ways of Allah. You're not going to make sure you don't kill, you don't steal, you don't lie, right? That you don't teach corrupted ways to the children. You don't even know the corrupted ways, whether it's corrupted or not, because you don't even read it. So you can't even tell me whether or not the way you understand it is corrupted. I read this. I study this, bro. Look at this, bro. Look at this, how tagged up this is, bro. Like, I'm in here.
We outside.
I'm in this thing, bro. Like, I really destroyed this, bro. Like, we dragged this across the dirt, and our line never did nothing.
It came out here just for you, bro. It's raining out here.
And I don't see no Muslim teaching not a damn thing, King. And you telling me that I need to be Muslim? And there's nowhere I can go to learn anything besides Arabic and Juma? Who's going to teach me? Who's going to teach my kids? You?
Some Jumas are in English.
Yeah, but they yelling in Arabic. And they're not teaching the Quran. They're not teaching the ways of Allah. They got a sadaqah box that we fill up and put all our money in like it's a Christian collection plate.
It's our job as a man. It's even, you gotta push further, like, we use it because God gives us, like, something. Yeah. For $1, like, yeah, Muslim is, that means, like, bro, it's a problem.
Bro, it's like another form of Christianity. Because all Christians do is pray, bro. They don't do nothing for God. That's why they keep Easter and they keep Christmas, and you can't even keep that. You know, you're not allowed to keep Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's and none of that, right? And how many Muslims out here on Halloween giving out candy? And none of y'all is rebuking them. None of y'all over here like, yo, you wrong, you're not allowed to do that, and Allah will judge you for that. No, you're not, because y'all all Muslim there, bro. It be nothing but Muslims outside, and they passing out candy on Halloween, kid. And no, they're smiling like, happy Halloween, kids.
No, I don't agree with that.
Yes, but I don't agree with it either, but it's happening, bro. The litter was on his block.
Yeah, we saw it.
I'll be out. I'll be out. You know where I'll be out, like, my man, he tells us everything that we supposed to do.
Bro, you didn't prepare you well, yeah?
It's okay. I got it. First off,
and he won't have a conversation with me. Why would he be scared to have a conversation with me?
I'm not gonna lie, God warned me. I shouldn't have it. I shouldn't talk without having backing it up with the knowledge. Yeah,
that's why you have to have the knowledge, but you're not being given it because the knowledge is not there. There's no knowledge, bro. If there was knowledge, you'd be in the streets. If there was knowledge, it'd be in the streets where anybody can challenge you. And that's why we here. We here, bro. Bro, we here bringing out the Quran, bringing out the Bible, bringing out science, bringing out history and archaeology in an open place where anybody can challenge us. And we've been standing here, bro. We've been standing here for hours, and we do this every week. And there's not one imam, and we be tearing down this Quran. There's not one imam, there's not one sheikh, there's not one well-studied Muslim that was ever able to defend what they believe in because the wisdom is not there. They're not being taught anything.
That's right. Right.
And I promise you, bro, if you kept these laws, statutes, and commandments, you'll know everything. The Most High will give you the wisdom, King.
You might find those, like, I'm not gonna lie, that's describing like Muslims.
Weak in the faith.
So, he's warned of this. You should not have...
Bro, there's not one not weak. There's not one that's not weak.
So,
just because you kill people don't make you strong.
Right.
Just because you sell drugs don't make you strong. They call on Allah.
Right. It's like
Beanie Siegel is a Muslim, and he was talking about raping his moms while he watched. This is what we got. This is your teaching.
It's like y'all don't be looking like the beauty and sweetness of the Quran. Like it's looking.
No, you can't show me it. What is it? Just believing and having faith? Surah that's 5. I already read that.
Surah he talked about the day of Arafat. He's saying this is the day we purified and perfected religion and made Islam for you. And he's talking. Where is that at? I think it's 5. I don't know. You can look it up.
You gotta read the Torah, bro. You read the Quran, but you ain't read the Torah.
And I'm gonna be even better than what y'all are doing.
Yeah, but so you gotta be an example. Okay, exactly.
That's exactly.
And only that Torah will
We're telling you how to be better, and it's not in the Quran.
Y'all not need to like.
I can't.
Y'all gotta.
I can't deceive my children. I won't deceive my children. And I'm not going to tell them that this is the way.
Yeah.
I want my children to be protected by God, bro.
He brought out scriptures in there. You ain't bring out no scriptures in our book.
I could bring out scriptures in your book if I wanted
can?
to.
About what, though?
I gotta be. No, that they had the prophecy that Muhammad was gonna come.
What is that? I'll show it to you. Let me get John chapter 14 verse 15.
Song of Songs, something like this. Song of
No,
Songs.
you talking about Songs of Solomon. All right, so I'm gonna show you what they talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what's up.
I'm talking about that they had prophesied that the
See,
Muhammad was gonna come.
only point we trying to make is you read this, but you ain't read ours. And ours is
What
yours.
else you said?
Because this book tell you to read it.
Yes, and that's what I'm gonna do after this lovely
And then
conversation.
once you start reading that, is a rat. You gonna put that down.
I'm not putting it in. Why? Because 6 article of
Here you go, here you go.
I don't have to.
All right, this is where they say Muhammad's name.
You
It says
understand,
his mouth is most sweet. Yeah, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, or something, and this is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem.
I do not be a father. Hypothetically, let's say you had a wife. I gotta ask you this. Hypothetically, I see you had a wife, right?
Yes.
And then she said, I want to go downtown with my friends and my sister. Can you come? First of all, you said you didn't want to come the first place. And she says in the sweetest voice, can you please come for me, please? I need to. Give me 5 seconds. Things I do for you. What does that say to you?
You went and you did that for your wife?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm doing
that-
something for you, correct?
That
Correct.
shows that you're
Now-
trying to keep her happy.
Point now. Let's say hypothetically, you went to the fashion district. Screw that. We went to the fashion district, right?
You got a little misdirected?
No, not
Oh, all of y'all went.
We all went.
Okay.
All went. She has her headphones on the whole time. Doesn't talk to me, doesn't say nothing. I'm on the phone. I look kind of sad because I'm on the phone with my
Put her on
grandmother.
it, though.
She talking. She come over. She give me a hug. One time. She hugged me 10, 20 times out of a span of 3 hours. One time she hugged me. The entire time we left at 1 o'clock. It is now 5:40 something. 5:11. She hugged me once that entire damn day. Today. And then she the second before I leave, she says, I'm gonna go walk around real quick. Don't fall. What?
What is she?
Does this have
She black woman?
anything to do with
What? Yes. She went upstairs to Burlington, 3rd floor. I'm with her sister, her 2 sisters, her friend, my friend, and 2 other guys and the girl. That's 8 people. With me, there's only one person, her. I'm here for her and her only. She didn't walk straight to go with the other 3.
How did that make you feel?
One, it's kind of selfish to just leave me here. One, I didn't eat yet at all. Usually I would pay for my stuff. Said, I didn't feel the paying for anything today because I'm trying to spend some money later. It's like, okay,
You know why that happened?
why?
Because you shouldn't be buying and selling in Spanish. You ever heard that before?
I don't know what's so funny.
You shouldn't be buying and selling on the Sabbath day.
You believe in God?
Hey, rest.
You believe in
So
God?
that's what we out here telling
You
people.
believe in God?
I'm Muslim. So,
All right. So even Islam talks about the children of Israel keeping the covenant.
Muslim too.
So he
Why you Muslim?
Black
Why you became Muslim?
Figured I convert, I guess. I don't know. I was Christian at some point. I don't even know what I am at this point. Like my head.
You're not a Muslim.
if you pray,
I'm not. I'm at this point. I'm nothing. I'm nothing really. I'm
Because-
just a
because
fucking guy walking around.
How
with a
can you
husk.
believe in something you don't know nothing about?
Exactly. You can. You
Right?
can.
What you know about Islam?
Pray. Barely anything.
Who's been teaching you?
No one. I have had to teach myself.
And that's what I'm telling him. He's a Muslim. And I'm trying to tell him nobody is teaching these children. Nobody's out here actually teaching them what they believe in. So you can't truly be a Muslim. But that's why we out here letting you know that you're really a child of God, the favorite of God. Right? Allah favors of people. And you run faster, you fight better, you cook better. Everything you do and your nation of people do is better than every other nation on this earth, bro. Ain't no Chinese man standing toe-to-toe with you. Ain't no Arab man. Ain't no great Arab men like your people. And God made you that way. But we're breaking the commandments. And he's saying that the Sabbath is a commandment. You can't buy and sell and cook on the day of the Sabbath. And today, well, the sun went down, so the Sabbath is almost over. But while the sun was up, it was still the Sabbath, and we are not allowed to buy and sell. And because we're breaking it, we're being punished for it. And that's why we're going. That's why we're going through this kind of turmoil right now. I mean, but that is a sister of Israel. That is a child of God. And if you lay with that woman, if you had sex with that woman, that is your wife now. And if we treated our woman more like that, I mean, our woman wouldn't be so much the way they running around in the streets because our men are so quick to leave them. And they went through that with their fathers, bro. They
Look,
didn't even
even
have daddy in the
always
house.
there for her, no matter what. I literally told her
And I
before I
believe
left
you.
out, no one is coming between me and you. No one.
And I believe you, bro.
Unless you leave, unless I leave, nothing will happen. And I will choose you for the rest of my life to the end of fucking time. But you have to choose me as well, or I can't choose you. I can't say you're my brother and you don't want to claim me as brother. It's not my brother. I beg him.
He's still your brother, but he don't look at you like that.
My
but
point.
He's still your brother.
Right. So how can I treat you like my brother if you don't treat me like your brother?
You still have to
Common
continue.
courtesy.
You got to. You got to, man. But as long as you say you tried your best.
I did, man.
If that woman lays with another man, then you are relieved from the duty of being that woman's caretaker. So until you can prove that, and if she didn't go and lay with another man, then you have to continue to be there for her. But it happens though. And our women do lay with other men, bro. And Lord willing, she stay strong for you, man. But until then, that's when you're gonna know. Amen.
I got a precept.
Bring it
Oh,
up.
you got something? So wait, before.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right? God said that he has a people that's holy to him.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right? A special people unto himself. We read in the Quran that Allah favors the children of Israel over all the nations. And in the Torah, he's saying that you are special to him and holy.
Above all people that is upon the face of the earth.
Right? So you are, that's why you run faster, you jump higher and all that. And we're better, we're greater, we just have to start listening to you. And that's what y'all that let me know. Real quick, man, I wanted to show you. Songs of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 16. That's what you said Muhammad was. It says, his mouth is sweet, yeah, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, and this is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Now, the reason why he went there is because he's saying that Muhammad is this word right here, Mahmed. Mahmed. But that just means lovely. It doesn't mean Muhammad. So he's being taught by Arabs about this Arabic religion, and everything we went to in this Quran, he kind of was wrestling with. He was going in the Quran, that the Quran telling you that you got to do this and you got to do that. And he wasn't agreeing with it. But this is his book, and this is responsibility to have faith in it. And we're showing him, you calling yourself a Muslim, but you're not truly following the ways. And it's not even for him to be Muslim, because he's not. He's not supposed to be a Muslim. He's supposed to follow that Torah, the commandments of God that the Quran tells him that he needs to follow, but he's not doing it. And that's why we get our children dying. That's why we're filling up in prisons. You ever been to jail? I mean, it's easy to go there, bro. It's hard to get out. You know what I mean? And when and Lord willing, you don't ever see it, but if you ever do, bro, it's all of our people in there. We blacks and Hispanics spilling everything up, bro. We in the hood, pulling up the hood, man. And it's a curse. In order to get out of these curses, in order to have our women submit to us the way we want these women to submit to the leader, because you want a leader correctly, we just want her to submit and trust my leadership. And that's what you want from her. But it's not going to happen because we're not even being led correctly as men. And we have to know what leadership is and how to, like a king, he lives in order. He lives with rules and instructions. You know what I mean? But we don't have no rules and instructions, man. We kill each other. We sell drugs to each other. Our mothers is by themselves at home raising us. You know what I mean? I know you might have some things to do, man. As long as I leave you to keep these commandments, and you are the chosen race of people on this earth, you know what I mean? You come back to the Lord, man. Thank you. I love you, man. What's your name? All praise to the Lord, man. All praise. I love you, man. All these brothers say love you. All these brothers say love you, man. Thank you.
Keep your head up. Thank you so much.
Yo, my friend, what's your name, man?
Chase.
Trace? Chase, I'm sorry, Chase. All right, King, I'm going to keep you in my prayers, man. I love you, man. You be safe out here. Listen, man, we come out here for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to call you out of these religious cults like Christianity and Islam and follow the true God, the true and living God. And the way we follow him is by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, something that they separated us from. And because we've been separated from God. And we don't see God fighting for us like how he once did. But once we come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, all these nations going to know who God is,
That's
and who
right.
his people is, when we come back and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? So with that, Listen, let me get Habakkuk chapter 2 and 6 in the NLT real quick. Habakkuk 2 and 6. You will be able to pull that up in the NLT? What is it?
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 6. But soon their captives will taunt them.
Right, soon their captives will talk to me out here teaching the Bible and they want to say something slick, right? But there's going to be a time when the captives is going to taunt our captives.
They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you, thieves.
Right, what sorrow awaits you, thieves, man? Listen, man, the time is coming. And you're going to be looking at yourselves like, y'all going to be in sorrow, man. There's going to be a time when the captives is going to mock the captives.
Now you will get what you deserve.
Right, you're going to get what you deserve. Why?
You became rich by extortion.
Right, America has become rich off extortion.
But how much longer can this go on?
And this ain't going to go on much longer, man. As long as we keep coming out here, as long as we keep playing these scenes and bringing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians back to the law, statutes, and commandments, and Lord willing, sealing up this elect, listen, man, it ain't going to go on much longer. World War III on the rise, man. Race war, civil war on the rise. And the only way we're going to be protected is by the protection of God. So with that, call out with that for you. How about Shimon Mashiach Yahweh and Muwaf Lababal?
Muwaf Lababal!
How long you been out?
Shalom, King. I seen y'all put up the bad shit. I was like, oh shit. Let me go down there.
Oh, crazy. I appreciate you coming through, too, King.